This video is for anybody who feels lost, confused, and just does not know what to do next with their game to get to the next level. And the great news for you is I've got a master professional to help you get unstuck in your game. So if you're ready, let's get started. So what inspired me to make this video is just today I got an email from somebody who says, you know, I just have so many things I'm thinking about on the tennis court that I don't know what to work on next. And I think that that can easily happen to us. I mean, when you think about tennis, there's so many things you have to do, and you have to do them well, especially if you're playing singles out there, but even in doubles. And we've got to hit our own serve. We've got to hit forehands, we've got to hit backhands, we've got to return the serve, we've got to hit half volleys. We've got to do a lot of things. And I think that this can be very overwhelming, and often you're thinking, well, what should I be working on the most that's going to have the biggest bang for my buck, that's going to help me get to the next level the fastest, going to help me win more matches. And this year at TennisCon, we had a great presentation from Jorge Capestany, who's one of my all-time favorites because he's one of the all-time greats. He's a USPTA and PTR Master Pro, and there's less than 1% of them in the world. And what he talks about, which is really interesting, which I'm going to play a clip for you here, but we always think about, well, probably the thing I need to work on the most is my biggest weakness. Like, that's kind of an obvious thing to think about. The thing that is my biggest weakness, I should probably spend the most amount of time on that. And Jorge's got a completely different process for helping the students get to the next level. So let's check this out, and I'll be back at the end of the video to help you get to that next level.
The last one, Peter, this is a tactics audit. So this is really, when you get this wrong and you don't develop your game, it adds pressure, and I think it's a mental toughness thing. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say for most of my people, the thing that causes them the most mental strife on the court is they go to war with very few tools, and they're nervous because they know they can't do a lot. So basically, the more tools you have, the more you'll win. Let's just watch the slide here. So to figure that out, I take my players through what I call a tactics audit. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this, and I'll show you how this works. So on the left here, it's, you know, how good you are at something. And across the bottom, you'll notice these different tactics. You could mix these up and change them up. But for me, I'm going to say slice. Can they drop shot? Can they do a moon ball? Can they do attack? Or can they attack and play net? Can they run and defend? Can they mix up the pace of their shots? Or can they do a serve volley? Those are things I might measure. Okay, so in this example, we're going to measure a fictitious player named Sally. Okay, she's a 3-5. And here's how we're going to measure this. The first line I'm going to put up is they can do it in practice. Okay, so that's about a 3 level. All right, but here's the more important one, probably. They can deploy it in a match. All right, so those are our measures. So now watch. Let's start judging these individually. Slice. So for this particular person, it's like that. Meaning that for Slice, Sally here, she can't do it in practice. She's definitely not doing it in a match. Okay. Then we say, okay, how's her drop shot? Okay, pretty similar, right? How's her moonball skills? Ooh, she can definitely do it in practice. She's really close to trying it in a match, right? How about her net attacking skills? Not so much here for this player. How about her ability to defend and run? Whoa, look at that. This is for Sally. Obviously, every person's going to look different, right? You would look different, Peter, than I would on this scale. But we're using this fictitious player. And then, by the way, this is very common for a player at this level. How about, can they mix up the pace of the match? Okay, they can do it a little bit. Probably not going to do it in a match yet. How about serve and volley? And the answer is heck no. No way. So this is Sally's tactic audit, which means when she plays a match, see all that? This is Sally in a match. That's it. That's all she dares to do, because nothing else was up here. Remember, once you cross this line, that means it's deployable in a match. You actually try to do it. And as things progress, any shot, you're going to get to a point where you can't do it in practice or a match. And then you practice it some more. It'll come up here where you can do it in practice, but you're still a little stinky in a match. And if you keep practicing, it'll break through that red line, which I have like at a 7 as an example. Okay, so that is super important, because if you are Sally here, you're going to be nervous because you can only do one thing. And if you run into somebody that you can't beat them this way, tons of nerves start coming in. So I guess in a sense, what I'm describing here is the importance of you developing your game properly and adding pieces to it has a huge effect on your nerves and your mental toughness and what you might experience on the court. So let's keep going in this example. And this time we're going to do another fictitious player. We're going to say it's Bill. He's a 4.0. All right, so let's just do his audit. Slice, yeah, okay, that's where he sits. Drop shots, okay, still not a moon ball. Yeah, he doesn't do that. Attack and net, oh yeah, he likes that quite a bit. Can you defend and run? Nope, it's not famous for that. Mix up the pace, yeah, but still not something he loves to do. Serve volley, oh, look at that. So this is him, okay? He's got two things above the line. So when he goes to play a match, watch. He's got two weapons, okay? But here's the deal. So, because I don't want you wasting time in developing your game. But for really, Bill's got two. Our job is to get more things above the red line. That's your job as a tennis player. If you have one up there, you're going to have a hard time beating a wide variety of players. So here's the other thing. So check out this slide, Peter. Slice, this is just anybody. I'm going to put all these up here at once. And I'm basically saying that all of these things, notice how they're all underneath the red line. So this would be a really frustrated tennis player, by the way. These are all the same. And when I show this to my students, they go, well, no, they're not, because look at slice is way higher than serve volley. So how can you say they're all the same? Because to me, they're not above that line. So they're all the same in the sense that you're not comfortable doing any of these freaking things in a match. Mm-hmm. So if this was an actual person that I would deal with, I would say to them, look, we're pretty close on this and this. Let's focus on this and get a couple of these up. And you know what? You're miles away from this. So this isn't even going to be our thing. Like Andre Agassi would have had this for serve volley. Could Andre Agassi serve volley? Yes. Did he spend lots of time in trying to make that a deployable skill? No. It wasn't worth it. You don't have to have everything above the line. You just got to have more than one. So another way of looking at this is this third line. So this is Gene, and we're going to add another line. This is when something not only is deployable in a match, but now it becomes a weapon. That's another way of looking at it. So if we did Jane real quick, this is how her game shapes up. I'll put them all up there at once. So this is Jane, a fictitious 4.5 player, and this is what she can do. She's got three things that she can do in a match, and two of them are actually weapons. So this is another third line. I don't always do this with everybody, but I wanted to show it here. So let me go to this next thing. Takeaway, you don't need every tool. You don't need to have all of these above the line, but you can't have just one or zero. Let's keep going. In this example, this person has that above the line and this above the line. And what if they said, you know what, I'm going to work on this one because it's pretty close. I'm going to get that above the line. And since this one's pretty close, I'm going to work on this one. And now that's how you do it. This is how I think a tennis player should be doing it. By the way, you know what? This one over here, mixed attack, that's pretty close. So I would do that. Okay. You know what I would do about these two low ones? I'd kill them off. I say forget it. For this particular person, I'm not going to worry about their attacking net skills or the serve volley. I'm going to focus on things that are already halfway there. So here's what I think the takeaway is for players watching. Ask yourself, put yourself on this thing, and where are you? Okay. Secondly, once you figure out where you are, look at the ones you're close with and work on those. If you are a net attacker and you're like, look, serve volley, I am so scared of that, I'll never do it. Then don't spend a lot of energy on that.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked that video, please do me a favor and smash up the like button and comment. Let me know below what you think after watching this video you need to work on next. And also, if you love tennis, it's a good idea to subscribe because we're all about tennis here. And if you want to go to the next level, I got something really, really cool for you right now. I break the next level down to there's 5 big rocks that we need to work on in tennis. And it's going to also help you kind of further decide what is the big rock that you need to work on first. And so I've got a free 8-part training series for you on going to the next level. And then if you want to go to the next level, I have something really cool where you can unlock all my courses, plus you can work with me personally through the magic of the internet to where I can see your serve, your forehand, your backhand. So this is for really serious people about tennis who want to get to that next level and want to stay focused on a couple things for a couple months before we go to the next thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you love tennis, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you real soon.